to Offer You Stories, where we want you to think different so you act different. Let's go. One-way street. No matter where you go, there you are. Mikey didn't pretend like he wanted to be at church. He showed no signs of life as they went through the announcements. He didn't acknowledge the pretty girl in the yellow dress with the flowers as she beautifully sang excellent. Nor did he say amen if the pastor preached until every inch of his bald head glistened with sweat. He parked himself in the pew, second from the back, and sat stoically as the church thumped around him. Janae did not let this bother her. It did at first, but after a week of dealing with his attitudes, complaints, and problems, she made up her mind that nothing would ruin her Sunday, including a man boy who would rather be home watching the game. Church ended and Mikey stood at the door before Janae got to the aisle. Voices chimed throughout the building as people hugged each other as if they didn't plan on returning the next week. Janae said some goodbyes, smiled a little, laughed a lot, and finally joined Mikey at the exit. She held his hand and introduced him to a couple of people he forgot before he even got to the car. Once inside the car, Janae left her happy Christian spirit outside. Her eyes narrowed and she got right to it. You would have been better off staying home. Why'd you come out here just to embarrass me like that? Embarrass you? How did I embarrass you? By sitting in the church like a big old baby who have to drink water instead of juice. That's how. You asked me to come and I came. Now you complaining about something else? You unbelievable. Don't even try that with me, Mikey. I've been asking you to come to church with me for months because it's important to me. And it's not just important to me, but... She stopped herself and turned away. She stared out of the window and into the sky. Some people waved to her, but she didn't notice them. Mikey started the car and drove out of the parking lot. He wanted to say something to Janae, but thought better not to. He knew she had the right to be upset. He could have acted differently. Although he did pay attention. He may not have appeared to, but he had listened to most of what the preacher had to say. They rode in silence for a few moments before he reached over and turned on the radio. A song by SZA played, and the rhythm of the music eased the tension. Before the song ended, he decided to let her know that his coming was not a complete waste of time. I do know John 14:6 now, he said to her. For the first time since they left church, she smiled. I don't know how I couldn't know it. The man had to say it at least 100 times. Nobody comes to the Father but through me. Nobody. Only one way. He mimicked the pastor, and soon her smile turned to laughter. The weekend played, and all seemed to be okay. Until it wasn't. Jesus is the only way. There's no other way. Man, there's always another way. Her laughter stopped, and the smile vanished. Now she looked at Mikey differently. Luckily, a line of cars in front of them caught both of their attention. They both curiously looked around the vehicles in front of them to see what happened. Before long, a car in front made a U-turn. Then another. So Mikey followed. He talked aloud, hoping to change the subject. I don't want to go down Chase Boulevard. That would take over an hour. There has to be another way. Janae did not bite. She let him come up with a plan for getting them home and then continue. So exactly what do you disagree with? Mikey decided not to dodge her question. The whole part about there being only one way to God. Life don't work like that. There's always another way. Janae chuckled to herself. And there it is right there, she said. Mikey bit. There's what? There's the issue. You're always trying to find some other way or a workaround. It's in the Bible right there. But instead of accepting it, you want to find another way. Your way. That's why you're always so confused about everything. Until you figure out that it's about more than you, nothing will ever make any sense. That stung. Mikey knew she wasn't just talking about going to church. She was speaking about him. All of his insecurities swelled up inside of him. Working a job he hated, not getting his GED, not starting the program to fix windmills, gaining weight, his girl making more money than him. Then maybe you ought to find somebody who's not so confused, he murmured. Don't even do that, Mikey. I'm not about to go to your little pity party. You know I'm here to stay. But you have to understand, while you are trying to figure out all these roads and all these other ways to take, I'm on the right path. Mikey didn't respond, and she didn't keep going either. They sat in silence, and a song by Rihanna played. Mikey welcomed the silence, although being alone with your thoughts can be a dangerous thing. After a few minutes, she broke the silence. Do you remember when he said, "No matter where you go, there you are"? Maybe Mikey did not pay as close attention as he thought, because he didn't remember him saying that. No matter where you go, there you are, he thought. He didn't quite get it, but something about it hurt, like a jab to the chin. Janae continued, no matter where you go or which road you take, it's going to come back to you figuring out that there's only one way to go. You can't talk your way out of it, and you can't run from it. You are going to have to face it sooner or later. I hope it's sooner. Mikey didn't say anything, but he heard everything. Music played, and although he heard the music, he didn't listen to it. His mind wandered so much that before he knew it, they were back in a line of cars going nowhere. He rolled down the window as a man with a Lakers hat yelled to a man in another vehicle, "You can't get there here. Going down Chase Street, it's the only way you can go." Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and tell somebody else about us. Peace.